on Ancient Apparition, hoping that you'll fall in our trap.
That really is.
Yeah.
That does feel like a no-tail Seb thing, though. Like, they would do that, like, 100%.
They were laughing about this yesterday, and like, let's do it, guys, let's do it.
Let's just get it done. And I really do just think, get rid of that Nature's Proud. As you said, right? Like, Enchantress isn't the greatest hero. Like, make him pick it up. It's not bad anymore, but still not the greatest. Just don't let him play like No-Tail's most comfortable hero right now.
The thing I love about OG is they're having so much fun while playing with the chat wheels. You can see them always laughing, even when they either win or lose.
Yeah, that's true. I remember at Katowice, I was walking about there a lot doing interviews and all that, and at some point I walked into Jarek's, and I wasn't able to watch all the games because I think there were like 3 games going on at the same time. So Jarek's walks by, and he's like happy and singing. It's like, oh, I had a good game. Nope, we lost. And he just keeps on going his merry way. It's like, okay, you know, he's happy.
Do you think winning a TI just like, I mean, you still care about Dota, but it definitely like, you're like, well, I'm already the greatest.
Off.
Yeah, it really feels like
is.
it. But you definitely, especially now,
again,
like, yeah, you know, between like OG and EG, you definitely, if you're one of those, you definitely want to be the first person to win 2 TIs now, right? Like now there actually is like another little thing going up there, like a rivalry. Okay, gigantic thing.
The motivation is definitely there.
Yeah.
But it's tricky to see though, because obviously if you talk to any TI winner, every TI winner will say, yes, I want to be the next person to win the second TI. The question is that comparable? Is that same drive there? But it feels like it is on the side of OG. At least, you know, they don't seem down. They keep trying and they keep working hard.
They're not. I'm glad. Like right. Like the first set of like minors, majors was like, oh, they're just not going to do anything. Yeah. Okay, and then now they're back on the grind. They are playing like every tournament, including online tournaments. Like they are getting back into the grind. And I think Seb was completely honest when he said, "We're just learning right now. If we lose, we lose. Whatever." And they do ban the Nature's Prophet, so already much better.
They do ban the Ancient Apparition. Maybe they know something.
Maybe they could.
Maybe they scrim together, and then we just don't know. Maybe Royal Never Give Up is going to pick Alchemist instead. That would be the next level mind game.
Oh dang! Because I could see OG might just pick Jug here.
But wouldn't you just? Isn't Ancient Apparition just a glorified spirit vessel?
He is. That's what I said, that you can buy Ancient Apparition in the game.
Exactly. So I mean,
his E has gone better. The problem is if you play a support, you never even get it maxed in time. Like it is very powerful if you get levels, but if you're an AA, you're probably not getting levels. So yeah, pretty much. Ooh, the Warlock. I just like that hero a lot.
And it fixes their team fight issue, and you don't make a happy face with that Ember Spirit.
I'm happy already for
you are
RNG.
Happy.
Yeah,
I don't like the Ember.
2 red heroes, they're looking good, even though they're not on dire side.
There it is, they do it.
Now they do it.
Yeah.
The bait was successful, you guys.
What was the opening on the other? It was just Bane Ember.
Look at those laughs.
How many? They lost with it. Yeah, they definitely did day 2 or day 1. Yeah, they lost with their Alchemist.
Yes, they did.
I still think it's like a decent hero, but the problem is there's so many good heroes. Why pick a decent hero? That's always my thought process.
Yeah, that sounds a little bit odd, but I know what you mean.
I'm still, I think let Setsu play this Ember. Give Monet a farmer, please. I really think Monet is he's like paparazzi levels of amazing farm.
I think they might go for maybe Doom this game on side of RNG. We saw Doom being extremely good against Alchemist, combined with the Spirit Vessel. You just Doom him and put Spirit Vessel on him, that's ton of damage, he can't regen.
Even Upheaval owns that hero so bad. Like Alchemist in the late game, right? Like when his BKB goes down, that hero actually kind of isn't very good. You just lock him down and he dies, and you have this Upheaval from 5,000 like feet away. Pretty good. Or kilometers, sorry, I don't know.
So that's okay. I think the in-game thing uses something else.
Units.
Distance. I don't know. Units of distance.
It's, all right. No, it's got like the 900 what? 900 attack range. It's not units.
Cast range. It's just cast range.
It's not. No, it's 900 something cast range.
I'll look it up after this.
Yeah, okay. I want to ask, because we see the Oracle ban, is it needed to have a saving support still with the Alchemist? Or would he just be there to, I don't know, get rid of any kind of bad effects?
It's great against the Warlock in the laning stage. You just purge off the Shadow Word.
Yeah.
You cripple Ember Spirit.
It actually just kills both of them in lanes, yeah. And a good save right is always nice for an Alchemist, because if he does get, say, just stunned up, you just toss it on him, he just goes crazy.
Is it not yards?
Yards?
I'm pretty sure it's
American.
not yards.
It's definitely not yards.
Units.
It's definitely not yards. I think it's just units. And they banned
Before
the
it was
Shadow
range,
Morph.
and then we changed to units for whatever reason. You check that out, Chiefs.
I think I kind of like the Tiny ban. I think OG would really like Tiny. I think Tiny's decent versus both these heroes. It goes well with Bane
I'd like to see some Shadow Shaman
for either
for
team.
OG.
For OG.
Even though I don't think they played it that much.
They're weird because they play so many heroes. Like we saw on their list, they'd like some of the other teams had like most played heroes that were clear, and OG is just like okay. Nature's probably I think #1, and then the rest kind of fell off. But Derek's that boy still a beast, dude. 4 position has to be the most contested, like best in the world, right? Like for a long time, it really was. It was like. I mean, honestly, it was actually mostly Europe, but even like it was like LAN M, and then you had Crit, Jerix, Yabsor, like the 4 positions. They've been crazy lately.
Yeah.
GH exactly.
Yeah,
like,
these are all my favorite heroes.
Yeah.
And I think most of the people would agree.
Yeah. They go Nyx Assassin. So OG obviously won't pick it up. I guess we didn't talk about that. Very good versus Ember, but they just take it themselves. I'm not a fan of that support duo, though. I think Nyx versus Warlock, while Warlock's good in lane, they really don't have any pressure placers on their team until Nyx does get his 6.
Well, that's how they pick. Like usually they don't pick strong laners.
Yeah.
Yep. So Sheaves.
No, I don't have anything.
I like Tiny.
I didn't find it. Give up.
You still think would you pick Ross here if it was you? Ross?
I would. It gives him control for this Ember Spirit.
That's why I think Tiny's okay too, right? You just get the blink stun toss, which is you can dodge if you're the king, which we've seen a lot of these players today of like we saw even Thompson, right? He gets off his morph every time somehow, even when he's not even in vision. That dude is a monster. Got to be careful. I'm going to use a decent amount of time here. LTW, he's like, yeah, just give me a farmer. I just want to farm. The dream of every 1 position.
Most of the time when there was Ember Spirit, they would pick Monkey King, but there's Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, I think you're right. Just right, you get Aether Lens, you get Blink. That Ember just he has to go Lincoln's, and even then, it's like Lincoln's isn't that great versus a Bane and a Rasta.
Lincoln's
not
is
good.
so costly.
Yeah, it is.
Like you're kind of forcing him to buy a 5,000 gold item
that doesn't even protect him that much.
Yeah,
and then like he never wants to get a BKB. You have to get one of those though. Like you are gonna get destroyed by these 2 supports if you don't. That's a scary Ember game, and that's what happens when you first pick it. I would. Monkey King's not banned. I mean, they already have the Alk though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Alk on a side lane.
Yeah,
I think 99% it's going to be a mid Alk.
OG's turn to pick.
Oh, okay.
This hero is extremely good against Alchemist.
Yep. At the moment, I kind of like RNG's lineup. I feel like something that they have that OG does not, which I think is a big difference from previous game, is team fight. There were a lot of skirmishes and fights previous games, so if OG is going to force out those fights again, this time Royal Never Give Up actually has a chance to fight back.
I agree. I just like, right, we saw the Necro last game, the Guardian Greens zones, and well, that's going to be the team fight.
That's the team fight hero.
That's Seb's hero. They needed something that can control them. If he gets the split off and finds Warlock in the backline, I think that's going to win them a team fight. He can also dispel the Ghost Shroud from Necro because they don't have too much magical damage.
And just throw him up. Like, if nothing else is up, like that, he is, like, if he's not spamming Death Pulse and stuff, that hero is pretty much useless. So, this Panda pretty much checks a lot of the boxes.
OG's turn to ban.
I think there's a lot more even of a draft, but I guess it was pretty even last game, too, until the Shadow Fiend came out. We're just like, oh.
It doesn't matter until we see the last pick.
Jug gets banned out this time. Yeah, that's pretty smart since they don't really have... I mean, I guess you don't want to commit a Reapers or a Warlock Rock to a spin TPing Jug. Does not feel good.
And it's it would have been a lot of sustain as well for if they do get a siege going.
Healing Ward Alchemist, he just literally cannot die.
5 seconds.
Killing Ward's not that good anymore. Nerf speed got nerfed 2 times in a row.
Do you feel like Royal Never Give Up have enough ways to deal with to do some tower damage? Because
they have 4 heroes who can combine deal like 200 tower damage, maybe.
I mean, that's more than previous games.
It is. I do think RNG definitely needs some, because already on OG, right, you have the roster who can just push a tower by himself. Panda, who gets a Vlad's, is just overall good at pushing towers, even though he's not like a traditional one.
So OG thinks that they're lacking position 1, which means that the Necro is going to be off lane.
And that's more tower.
Oh, a 9-pig Lycan's pretty risky here, because that hero does have some flaws, but what's a hero that counters it?
Does it?
They could get...
I kind of always feel like Lycan and Alchemist both take up quite a bit of space.
I think they need something more late game oriented, but the Legion Commander would check a lot of the boxes. Some AoE, it can dispel Bane's ulti, Shadow Shaman stuff.
Remaining.
And then
it's not that bad, but
it just feels weird to pick that here. I mean, RNG kind of backed themselves into a corner with this Necro 4th pick, because like now it's almost guaranteed Monet is going to play it against safe lane with the Ember. I don't know, and back to what you said, the Lycan and Warlock or Alchemist start taking up a lot of space. It's good, right? Because then you have 3 other heroes who don't really take up space, so they can play separately on the map, and then the other 3 just kind of run around. And even roster, right? You can play 3 lanes with OG's lineup, which is so nice to do mid game.
That is true.
You do have to watch out, though. Obviously, Nyx is very good at punishing 3-lane pushes.
OG's lineup is so fast. If you look at their timing, once there's a Radiance on Alchemist, you can just put Shadow Shaman wards, Brewmaster split, plus Lycan with the Necro books, Helm of the Dominator. That's going to be so much units to focus on.
I do like that last pick. I don't think it's enough, though, but I like the Monkey, because he is going to have a good matchup pretty much wherever he goes, unless he's in the Bane lane, but he's going to go middle.
So they want to have Monkey King, against Thompson on mid, and
he should win, right? Monkey King should win.
Yeah.
I think until like level 5, like level 3 acid spray. If you get it, that thing is pretty nasty.
All right, guys, what are we thinking?
I'm gonna say OG, even though RNG's lineup looks better. I just think if OG has a nice laning stage, even if Alk doesn't have it, there's gonna be some stacks for him so he can recover, and their timing is just brutal. Once they hit that Radiance Manta style, they're gonna be way too strong, in my opinion.
I agree. I think if somehow RNG can stop the first and second base push of OG, I actually think they will come back and win this game. But I think OG from the start, it's gonna be another 5k lead at 10 minutes.
All right, let's find out what's gonna happen. Let's hear also the voices of your commentators, ODPixel and Fogged.
The game 2 just about ready to go, and we are seeing, or at least those adaptations that we expected from RNG in the opening bands. There's no profit this game, for example. But OG, they get something else that's also going to be very strong. The Alchemist that they tried the other day didn't work out the other day, but obviously still believing in it, going for the tops and Alk once more. And then finishing up with their other cores of Lycan and Brews. The panel said a very fast-paced game that these 2 cores can play.
Yeah, I like this setup better than the other day when they picked the Alchemist. Because the other day they picked Chen Alk, which, I mean, it's still very strong, right? But then they had the Earthshaker, which I think the hero overall still is a bit weak. Then they picked Beastmaster as well. So they didn't really have great team fight. I think the Brewmaster pick in this game for Seb is the absolute most crucial hero. The Brew and the Lycan, actually. The Brewmaster, great versus all these heroes. He can dispel Fatal Bonds that gets placed from the Warlock, the heal, Ember Spirit spells, great versus Necrophos as well. Even the Jingu, I guess you could say too, versus Monkey King. But overall, he's going to be the one who sets the pace and causes a lot of focus on him, which allows Thompson to play his own game in the jungle, get that Radiance up, and then the same thing with the Lycan. Lycan's going to be putting the pressure on too. They're going to have these auras, they're going to have this fast push coming along, allowing Thompson to get the space. So RNG, they're going to need to come out, they're going to have to put a lot of pressure in the laning phase, and I think they still can. The flyby Necrophos with the Afu Nyx Assassin is a much better and more natural offlane compared to a Viper Tiny. So they should be able to put some pressure onto ILTW.
Sure. So we're already going to expect to see the lanes just go better.
Way better.
for RNG. They're going to have a much better shot at it to kick the game off. But as it goes down the line and the team fights do begin, definitely going to expect to see the power of the Brewmaster. This hero that's going to be very good at breaking the fights up. Just saying so many things to dispel. Very hard for RNG to run into as a full 5 versus 5, or 5 versus 4 as we demand a lot of the time. Thompson's going to be elsewhere, whilst OG's other 2 cores get the action going, get that space made.
They've got to watch out at least for like the combo, right? The Fatal Bonds plus Wukong's command can definitely be a big threat if they're able to get that off. It's even like with Upheaval plus Wukong's also, like you can't move out of the Wukong's command, so definitely have to be wary. And I guess the one good thing is they do at least have like the wolves. I always look for, when you're playing versus like Warlock and Silencer, I think those are the 2 big ones for me, is having some type of vision aspect to see where these heroes are when the team fight is commencing. So they do at least have that on OG, and they have good ways to just like run into the back lines, of course, too, with that Lycan. He's actually okay, cool. Gone for the Howl level 1 on the Lycan. We've seen people going for Wolves level 1 a lot of the times. I think this is an ability that it's been changed a lot. It's very interesting now the way that it works. It's got a longer cooldown, but you get so much benefit from it, because it used to just give like damage and regen. Now it gives attack speed, armor, and regen.
Does that make all the difference when over that bit of aggression?
Oh, for the bounties, right? Bounty runes come, okay, and pop Howl, take the fight, and everybody's got 20 attack speed and 3 armor and 4 regen for that bounty rune trade, so.
If OG can get in on any of the positions, bounty rune Seb's going to see if he's standing around here, but with the 2 of them outnumbering him, he'll have to retreat. Be able to try and aggressively take this. In fact, up top, RNG, they'll get it with the stun. They do get the bounty run away from OG, but they'll give up first blood for it. As RNG, they get the 3 bounties. OG get first blood.
Whoa, look at this approach from Thompson in the mid lane. Instead of actually laning normal, buys boots level 1, goes behind the tower to the, the place where people snipe courier, and he's dragging the wave. So he's actually not gonna play the lane. He doesn't want to play lane versus Monkey King anyway, because it's.
I mean, what does
Monkey King
Setsu do?
Alchemist,
I mean, you see Setsu was trying to think of maybe can he drag it over to make the waves meet, but as you say, with the way that Thompson pulls it right up past the tower, he's gonna make it meet the second wave.
Setsu should do the same thing.
Then he can deny this wave.
Yeah, he should not be pulling this into his tower here on Setsu. This is gonna mess up the lane a little bit here. Thompson's gonna deny a full wave. Yep.
Well, I mean, what does Setsu do? Does he get? He has to come around and get involved in this tier 1 between tier 1 and tier 2 action. What do you
think so. I think he has to
get in
kill this wave fast, auto attack it, and then try to get close to that wave. But he's gonna miss the whole thing. Yep. This is a
whole wave.
This is a very cool approach here by Thompson. Just that boots first and doing that. Very smart.
That's smart.
So bottom, Monet, eating a ton of pressure here coming out from Seb as well of Jarex. He should be okay, but this Ember's alone versus a Brew and a Shadow Shaman. So we should see Shadow Shaman have a plethora of denies.
And Thompson, is he going to just do it again then? Just how you continue?
Keep doing it.
Take the next wave round?
Don't play
Lose the range creep. But still getting the 3 creeps, and that is enough to significantly deny a lot of the next wave again.
Yeah. And now he can't get bullied, right?
Yeah. Because the Monkey King doesn't want to go. It's too scary.
And once levels start to build up, Monkey King isn't a hero which really has too much armor. So like Panel was talking about, Acid Spray starts to get to a point where you might be able to actually just trade hits with him if you have enough levels in it inside of the laning phase. Once he gets more up. Cool approach. Monkey King's still free farming, of course, but bottom lane, got the shackles. TP's coming in from Mafu to help his buddy. Bye-bye.
Very low there to the hard-hitting right clicks of the Shaman. And Thompson.
Again.
He's going for it again. This time he's got to wait a little bit, and that is going to allow Setsu to potentially get the Jingu Mastery built up. Thompson put the Acid Spray down, and will not be able to drag the creeps this time. This time they do meet, so only getting the 1, that's not really good enough. So Setsu's going to be happy with.
Setsu's going to deny them all. He denied all, like at least 3 of them there. And now Setsu does have boots on the Monkey King, so, well, Thompson did his best there.
He did his best in a bad situation to try and come in with the new play, the new way to pull it around. But it's still going to be a hard lane for him against this Monkey King.
He's going to have to stack his jungle a little bit here for himself with the Acid Spray, maybe stack 2 camps at a time and then work on farming jungle. I think we'll also see like No-Tail stacking, just stack jungle, let Alchemist catch up afterwards, because he can't lane for someone. Thought maybe if he could get that level 5 at an early time, the Acid Spray could be enough, but nah.
But this should be fine, right? This is what you know that they expect they're going to need to do when you draft an Alchemist second. you're just going to have to go to stacks.
I think you should chase him as the Monkey King. You don't see him in the lane, go follow him. Yeah, for sure.
You've got boots.
Yeah, he's going to do it. I think this is the right play. He might even be able to find a kill here. He's on Topson. Doesn't actually want to use the Boundless.
Yeah, if he went for the Boundless, he's got an Orb of Venom and boots. I guess Topson does have boots as well, but maybe with the Orb of Venom, he could have he could have gone for it. Playing it not as aggressively as potentially he could have. Setsu, he'll hold back and just focus on the creeps.
Still doing great.
Yeah,
right? 18 and 5.
He's getting free fun.
He's gonna have phase boots very early, and then he can really chase the Alchemist even better. Been focusing a lot actually on that mid lane. Top, Lycan is getting some nice free farming to actually move the lanes completely. Monet is now up there, and they've moved the Nyx Assassin down bottom with the Necro. So this is the original lanes that RNG wanted to get. They wanted to have that Necro versus the Brewmaster. They don't want the Ember versus that matchup.
Just as expected from the draft. Just a much better opening for RNG than game one.
Traditional, real lanes, not very weird heroes that don't synergize.
Jax, RTW trying to farm what they can from that side pull. Lanham and Monet doing their best to push them back and away.
Wraparound coming. Jarex is here.
There's going to be enough control to get the kill. The shackles. There's the Shadow Word Heal as well as the Sleight of Fish from Monet to buy some time away from them, but it's a lot of blocking from these walls. This Nightmare comes out and buying time for no chance to continue to right click into Monet. Has got a Searing Chains and the stick charges. And may just even one more right click from Jarex will do it. Can he get himself the vision? He can't. He can't. And the Shadow Word Heal's going to be there for Monet. So Monet is ready to chase back in. Sleight of Fist to dodge any potential spell output from Jarex.
Jarex still wants him.
He still has his shackles. And the blast to the right click. Jarex gets the kill. Monet making the mistake to poke his head back up the stairs there with Jarex ready and waiting. He knew that Jarex was around.
On him now.
Same time in the mid though, Topson's going to be looked towards by Arfu and Sensu. OG do get the 2 kills up top, but they miss out on the kill on mid. Topson will fall. Jarex, does he tick down to the Shadow with 2 HP?
The Howl! They popped the Howl to save him actually. The regen actually saved him.
It really did. It absolutely did.
That was reminiscent of the other day when he was playing the Earthshaker, right? And he waited for them to try to go back for Shrine. It was the exact same time. 5 minutes, he's like, he's going to try to come back up here in Shrine. He waits for him, he gets him. And there was actually clutch plays from Monet there. He used Stick and also actually popped Flame Guard to be able to save himself from that Ether Shock originally. And now they've switched the lanes again. Monet doesn't know where he wants to go. He's just not able to find a good lane for himself to farm in on this Ember Spirit. But that Monkey King and the Necrophos are having a good game.
Absolutely, this is going to be a brilliant start for Setsu. We'll see what he's able to do with it. Where he's able to sort of make a play. Set down bottom, level 5 at the moment on the Brute. Still on good track to get that 6 and good timing. Hasn't been heavily harassed and forced out of that bottom lane.
Levels high LTW here. He's 5. He's actually made the move. He doesn't want to go versus that Necrophos much longer either. And he's got the Dominator, so maybe they want to transition it into an early push here, just try to get at least some type of tower advantage and just take the focus off of Topson. Like, if you start pushing towers like this, the other team starts to be like, okay, we have to defend, and then that gives Topson the option to just, sit in the jungle and be an Alchemist. Monet, again.
They're diving for him. Only a level 4 Ember Spirit.
He is very dead.
He is surrounded and dead. Should get the kill mid lane. Arfu's there with the wraparound. Stun opening onto Jarex. Jump forward for Setsu. Setsu will get shackled, but Jarex will surely die after the shackle comes to an end. Lanham does tag the tower a little bit. Not enough to kill him off.
Jarex planted another tree. He's trying to do that a lot today.
Or do the tree blocks.
He tried to put down a branch again to make them not hit him, but...
In the mid, Hotel comes in. Nightmare says you have to be a little careful. Arfu's still poking. Lanham has been found by Topson. Topson with the acid spray will actually be able to walk down and punch the Warlock to pieces. Setsu trying to find the killer return. Has got a boundless strike at the ready with the Jingu Mastery. It's enough damage to find Topson. Blast comes out for Jarex, but now he's in trouble as well as Arfu turns. The shock was not enough to kill off the Nyx Assassin. Nightmare does hold back. Setsu for now, but the Nightmare taken off him by his teammate. He'll continue to try and get the Jingu up on no tail for 3 hits. He can't quite get the 4. The control front set with that primal split will put an end to the Monkey King's shenanigans inside of OG's jungle, as they'll also pick up Arfu. OG responding this time, making sure that RNG don't get away with those aggressive players in the jungle, and time and space is made for RTW to get the pressure on the mid-tier 1 tower.
We still have Flyby, who's getting a lot out of the map on the side of RNG, though he's level 7. Actually hasn't skilled up his ulti. He's holding a point, but rushing for that Atos to kind of put the pressure on. Monet still has no space on the map, though, is the biggest concern for RNG. They've slowed down the Alchemist a little bit, but if you look at the net worth, he's actually pretty much even with all those cores. It's the Ember who's down bottom with the Brewmaster. But Ember, you want to have more, more farm than a Brew. A Brew doesn't really need the items. He just pops ulti when he has like a Bassi, and it doesn't really matter.
They go again, Setsu. He's going to have vision on N0tail. Stun's going to come out from Arfu to set up the Primal Spring, and N0tail has very little chance of escaping from this one. Lanham body blocking him in. Not sure Setsu gets the hits onto us. He's ticking down to the Shadow Earth. Boundless Strike comes out. No messing about from Setsu. Another kill for the Monkey King.
And he's looking for another. He's got the jump. He's got the spring as well up in a second. Doesn't have anything to stun, though.
Yeah, he's out with the TP. Back deep in the jungle, though. Arfu with the spike carrier set up on the Acid Spray. It's going to be able to set up for Setsu to join him for a bigger potential kill. Balance Strike wasn't there, though, for a couple of seconds.
They can take these creeps, though. They took the double camp as well as they took both double camps there, so that's actually pretty significant. Topson's looking to contest it. He doesn't want them to take it for free.
N0tail's here, but N0tail, of course, not quite level 6, so no Fiend's Grip. So not really the control needed to try for some action. They don't have any points, of course, in Concoction either.
Looking for Flyby down bottom. They're even popping the Lycan ult too here. They've got the Centaur Stomp. They should be able to bring him down here. He's got a couple stick charges, though.
They'll dive in the trees. Flyby's going to get any sort of help from the teammates. Doesn't look like it. Steps in with the clap. RTW will find the kill back in the OG jungle. It's still going.
There's a Jack.
He's got another blast in a second. Setsu can't get the lifesteal in time. Jax is able to nuke him down with the Ether Shot. And N0tail with the Brain Sap. Now they'll try and turn for more. They will lose Jax's Shaman. OG are chasing. Still not quite the level 6 on N0tail, even with those kills. So no control. Monet and Arfu will be able to walk away.
How long was that fight in that jungle there?
For a good minute.
It was like a minute or so while Hat Bottom was happening, and OG, they get themselves a tower to kill and they secure themselves 2 bounties. I'd say that benefits OG more.
Things and Thompson's now on top, 2,700 gold towar's the Relic. He's getting back in there. He's starting to get back on that sort of Alchemist timing and GPM that you hope to be on.
And he's higher level than the Monkey King. That's also the big thing too. It's like sometimes I've seen the Monkey King be like level 8 and Alchemist is level 5. They're like unable to actually recover in this game. No, Thompson he's gotten kills. He's gotten involved in the game because of the movements that's been happening, because they're focusing so much on him. OG's just responding. They've got a Brew Split available.
They're going to pop in, look for Arfu. He's the easy one. Shackle and a stun out to him. They'll send the Necro up in the air, try and buy time to set up for more. N0tail does have the Fiend's Grip at the ready if he wants to go for it, but TPs are coming in, so they're holding back. Setsu's going to jump forward. Immediate Hex comes out from Jax onto Setsu. The Hex wears off. N0tail tries to go for the Fiend's Grip, but the Fiend's Grip cancelled by the Reaper's side. As they lose both Jax and N0tail, Seth will be able to crit down Lanham, but RNG, they're fighting back, punching back hard. Seth will be able to TP away, nothing to cancel it. But OG lose 2. They lose their 2 supports as RNG come in with the reaction towards mid. Bottom lane took a lot of pressure though during that time. The tier 2 tower nearly falling. But the Wolves are going to come back in. He may just be able to finish this off right now.
He should be able to. Yep. Is it a deny? It is. Alpha at least gets that for his team. But now it's the towers. You know, that's the pace that OG wants to be setting, is looking to pressure those towers with the draft that they have. RNG are able to respond, and now at least they have their ultis available on their supports. Nyx Assassin level 6, Warlock level 6. They can look to take fights now that Brew Split is on cooldown for a moment. They want to be playing a faster pace here now, because they have to be expecting that Thompson's going to be approaching that Radiance soon. He actually has the Relic done. 1,000 gold away from it, so there's come forward.
Go for this straight in. He knows the Seth doesn't have the ult for a little bit of time. They want to look towards the easier kill of N0tail as they surround him in the trees. Turns with a Nightmare onto the Monkey King. RTW's in with the ult on the wraparound. Lanham drops down the column. Lanham gets nuked down by Jax. There the shot. Boundless Strike out to N0tail. N0tail's dead. RTW turns. They've got the shackle control onto Setsu. 2 dead on RNG, and OG aren't done yet. Seth going forward with the slow onto Flyby. The Necrophos surrounded. Arfu as well being contained, pushed away from the Necro. Flyby pops the stick charges. He's back up to full, and he's got the backup of Monet. Goes in with the wraparound. The stun's out from Arfu. Stick charges won't keep Arfu alive. They have the control onto ILTW. They'll kill the Lycan. See if they can catch more. Golem chasing down the Shaman. Arfu can't get in range for the stun onto him, but hey, who wants to kill a Shaman when you can take a Brewmaster? Seb walks back into the action.
There we go.
And it's an easy setup for RNG to find more.
That was great. That was exactly what they needed to do. Take advantage of the cooldown of that Primal Split, as well as, I believe, the Shadow Shaman wards. They just made that quick move. Monet was actually farming before that too, so he got like a double benefit. He's farming and then he shows up. Has to make sure he doesn't get caught here though.
He does it. The Shaman setup. Jax drops the wards immediately. He has the shackles. He's got the Fiend's Grip for no-tail as well. Mess up there from Monet. As he gets punished, Alfu tries for the kill, but the instant nightmare from no-tail holds back the Nyx Assassin's attempt. Lanham comes in with Shadow Word, using it aggressively onto ILTW. There is no save here for Alfu. Concoction comes out to secure the kill and lock down, making ILTW get that one on the Lycan. It's 2 kills back for OG just as quickly as it looked like RNG had the right sort of mindset with that last team fight. They mess up like this with Monet going in on his own. Jerax, he does not hesitate, straight away with the ward drop. That's a dead Ember Spirit.
Yeah. Again, also, Monet did the same build, by the way. He did the 1-1-4 build, which, like I said, we've only seen 1-4-1s from almost all of the Ember Spirits, or maybe 1-3-2 in some of the situations. So he's playing it at a different approach. In this game, though, he's had a rough time, so he's just trying to recover, and I guess he's trying to use the Flame Guard to farm as much as possible in the jungle. But, I mean, look at Thompson. He is completely online. Near 10,000 net worth at this 14-minute mark.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem this out.
Yeah, especially like in this game too, because sometimes Alk can suffer because he's low armor, but there have been I just see him keep popping Howl, and it puts him up super high up there. Even though it's a long cooldown, it does help. Little things.
Oh, we have
oh my, the dream ruined for Thompson. He got an illusion.
I'm going to find LTW. Straight away tries to look to get the ult off. They will be able to run away LTW. As Flyby did he not want to use the ult, or did he not have it in time?
No, he had it.
Is there a reason why he didn't Reaper Scythe there?
I think maybe, I'm not too sure.
Or did he not have it? I'm going to give him the benefit of doubt and say he didn't have it. Well, he must have had it.
He had it.
There was a lot of summons. Maybe he just was worried that he hit a wolf? I don't know. You ult that. That's a kill, right?
Yeah, I'm not too sure there. That was strange.
That was a bit of a yikes.
50 minutes. OG's already setting up for those bounties because they have an Alchemist, so... They do have Setsu still, who's pretty damn strong with this Echo Saber. Blue split. Oh, that was a really early blue split that came out.
Looking at Setsu, goes for the balance strike. The Golem's going to be dropped down to catch the Fiend's Grip. Alpha's there with the wraparound stone onto the Bane. Bam, with the concoction, that's Lanham dead. RTW trying his best to run away from them. The Wukong's command down. Setsu's still alive for now. Spike Carapace stunning up Thompson. Shackle controls there though. Thompson has the control with the damage from the Shaman. Jerax again, these shackles causing issues for the cause of RNG. Chases on as Thompson has his eyes towards Monet. Monet still has 1 remnant left and ready to go. Will not use it as of yet. In fact, no, he doesn't have the mana to go to it. Does have 2 bottle charges, but it's going to be hard for him to bottle up. He does have the movement speed though. But his team get him out of range. Setsu's dying elsewhere. Arfu's getting picked apart, pushed away. They're getting separated on RNG. They're just making mistakes now. And OG, they're punishing it. Can they get the vision? They can. The creeps are in. Get vision for the Hex. Arfu will die as well.
I mean, Jerax seems to always be there. In this game, he's 5-3-11.
The amount of lockdown that he's been able to get out successfully.
Like every single time I just see him getting full duration shackles or getting the clutch Hex on somebody. And that was the fight with the Chaotic Offering, too. And OG just runs over it. Sure, Brewmaster doesn't really get the most farm out of it all, but the ones that matter do. Lycan now has book, I think it's the book 2 finished up near book 3, and Alchemist is, yeah, critical mass. And like I was pointing out too, Thompson, before that fight even happened, he picked up an illusion rune. So he sent his Radiance Illusions to go farm for him. Yikes indeed.
Those numbers going up very quick for the Alchemist. Just shooting ahead in farm, and no way really that any RNG's of RNG's cores can keep up with that pace. It's an Alchemist at full throttle now. Sentry's down, they've got the vision, no tell. Held back with the Nightmare, so be careful for TP's coming in as Monet's on the hunt. And as 4 gets the Sleight of Fist combo, but Jerax there on the low ground, they're going to have the shackles. You don't have backup for Monet, so Monet should be fine. Jump forward from Setsu. Another Hex comes out from Jerax onto the Monkey King. Seb's in from the backlines. He doesn't have Palmer Split for 15 seconds. Stun comes out from Arfu. Reaper Scythe as well onto Thompson. They kill the Alchemist.
Fiend's Grip on Monet
the Alchemist is dead, but Monet will be the trade. Double kill for ILTW. Flyby is still trying to fight. There's 3 versus 4. Jerax is going to drop the ward down. Lanham's going to bite back. He does not have the Golem available though for this fight attempt. The wards continue to block up Flyby. Lanham comes in, tries to offer help with the Shadow Word heal, but the damage is too much as Flyby surely will fully pulse the stick charges, death pulse as well. It won't keep him alive. Flyby dead. ILTW still alive, duking them out up and down the stairs. The Boundless Strike comes out as well as the stun from Arthur. They will finally kill ILTW. Wukong's command is out by Setsu. Seb trying to get himself out of the range of it as the Wukong's command, sorry, the Primal Split has come to an end. Jarex, he's trying for his shackles. This time there is unlikely to be the backup required as they're chasing down the three of them. Does turn with a Hex. He's making them work for it. No-Tail's trying to come back in. There's 2 dead on OG, and of course Tops and ILTW don't want to bite back. In fact, Jarex, is he going to be able to get away with them? No, he's not. Arfu makes the correct call. Gets the stun blind into the tree line. Cancels the TP. As RNG will strike back. They only had to buy back on Lanham, but they get themselves some big kills.
These fights last such a long time. With 10,000 damage being done at the 18-minute mark inside of these fights. There's an awkward positioning for OG there, right? Playing on the low ground there the whole time. The Wukong's come out, and even that Reaper, of course, catching and being able to bring down that Alchemist for that long duration. So I think what happened, what they have to watch out for, and I think what I was looking and trying to think of why he didn't use that like Reaper Scythe earlier, is I think they have to watch out for the Bane.
I was going to say, was it that No-Tail was around? I think No-Tail was around.
I didn't say, but either way. Topson.
He had his reasons.
Topson, he's got Chemical Rage, but he's surrounded.
It's not going to keep him alive. Dead again on the Alchemist. RNG making the quick plays, invading the jungle. Second time they killed Topson in a matter of minutes.
That's back-to-back deaths. And when you're killing an Alchemist, it's the best. That's like the best hero you can always pick off no matter what in the game because he's always got the highest net worth.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Big catches here for RNG. They are striking back hard. Tier 2 tower will almost certainly fall. OG unlikely to try and defend this top lane.
They're playing very fast-paced, RNG, because they're like, okay, we have a couple ults that have long cooldown, that Chaotic offering, but they've got the Monkey King who's still farming well. They've got this like group up that they can play around with the Ember Spirit too. They can play that fast-paced too around the Brew Split, because OG's team fight is really just that Brew Split in comparison. So right now OG, they don't have it available, but it will be up in about 3 seconds. They also have the blink on Seb too, so they could look for taking a fight too. But first it's going to be Bounty Rune control. 10 seconds till those.
To see Seb, TP's coming in. Assessing we have sentries down, so Seb knows that Arfu's around, won't stick around. Plays it safe, gets the bounty runes picked up though.
How much are they each? They're 300 each for the Alchemist at the moment.
Manta done on Topson. Once he gets the BKB, he's going to be feeling a lot more confident in the fights. The Manta remove the chains and search the BKB to survive against this mass magical damage, and as we mentioned earlier, just having the Howl back up and that extra armor and regen, it's going to make Topson pretty unkillable.
Yeah, they just have so much lockdown on the side of RNG. Nyx, Ember Spirit, as well as that Monkey King. Seb, being the one gets engaged on him.
He has got Primus, but if he gets the chance, the Nightmare timing is there. Perfect timing for the crowd. Going to get the arm, he can. Seb will get the Primus, but on the turn, turns towards Monet. The control from the Bane. No-Tail, Feed's grip, holding Monet in place. Monet and Lanham are dead. The Wukong's command is down in the midst of it all, but RTW has the army to get on top of the Nyx assassin. Arfu's dead, and now OG chasing for more. Setsu tries to hide from the Mischief, but they're inside the jungle. The speed, the damage from RTW will kill off the Monkey King. Setsu cannot get the Boundless Strike off. Flyby surrounded. The setup and control from Jarex with that shackles will mean that OG gets the team wipe.
And the Bane sleep, like we were saying, that Reaper side,
it made all the difference.
So careful.
You don't get the sleep there, you don't get the split. Suddenly that fight, it's over for OG.
Look at how much damage ILTW was able to do. There's just so many things inside of the fight, right? They've got Wolves, Lycan Books, Shadow Shaman, Serpent Wards, like Bruce Split.
Look at this again, look how low his HP got. Watch this HP bar at the bottom. I don't know what sort of numbers we're hitting, but it wasn't a lot. Oh, right down 5 HP.
Lanham, if he drops the golem earlier, Lanham could have actually prevented that from happening. I don't know if he was actually in range. It looked like he might have been, but that caused a disaster.
That 5 HP making all the difference. I don't know if there was a Howl going there. There probably was. That would have been the difference.
Yep.
Would have been the difference if there was. Now OG back on a 7k advantage.
Literally a game-changing sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already still in a pretty solid spot on OG, but yeah. We've seen that combo when Necro was, well, not combo, but we've seen that counter when Necro was super popular around TI, and even before then, people were picking the Bane first 2 versus it just for that reason, to be able to disjoint.
There's rules. Hands upon them. Oh. Gee, they cannot allow that to happen again. They have to make sure they get that brew kill. Brewmaster said from the draft, always going to be the strong team fighting hero for OG.
RNG doesn't, they're not ready to fight. And OG, they are definitely ready to go take a rush.
Yeah.
They've got all, like we said, their objective taking is insane.
Oh, we saw that damage. Yeah.
Buildings or for that rush. Jarex is saving the Serpent Wards for now. And now they're bringing Thompson, Acid Spray. He has BKB ready. So now that control that we were talking about that RNG has won't be nearly as reliable versus Thompson. RNG, they're trying to get forward, but it's too late. They don't have Golem yet.
They're going to try and fight. They're moving in with the stun at least. Thompson's going to react with the concoction straight away. Setsu pops the BKB, the shackles from Jarex holding Monet at the side. Monet will be able to run himself away. RTW tries to go for the stun with the controlled sensor. Monet will be able to back off. Setsu has to get himself out of the Wukong's command as they've lost Alfu. They've lost Lanham. Setsu doing his best to Primal Spring away out of danger. A flyby on the Necrophos has not that same sort of escape mechanism as flyby will fall as they choose to take that fight after Roshan already going down. It was a risky play. It's a bit of a crazy one, and it hurts them badly.
Yeah, they didn't have their ults. They had the Wukong, but they didn't have their chaotic offering. And every single time that OG does have the Bruce Split available, if Bruce Split gets off, the fight is over. And now with 10k gold advantage and Aegis too, this is an easy Rax they can go for.
Absolutely, they'll get the melee Rax. We'll back away. No, there is a Golem that Lanham's going to be wanting to drop.
Afu's trying to catch something here in the back. The Book 3 is in the area though, so they did
down. We jump away from Setsu. Doesn't want to risk getting close to this lineup for now. Afu's still trying to poke a bit at them. Have that vision out, but they're going to see him. He's got the spike character set up, and Jarex is there with the counterplay. Exit shackles are down, but now the Monkey King jumping forward. Jarex has to get out of it. He's not going to be able to get to. Though as Monet's on top of him with the searing changes, they'll catch Jarex. See if they can get anything more. ILTW as well will get caught out by the Monkey King.
Nice
2 kills for RNG. They're on with the chase down onto Notel. Jumping forward, closing the gap. Notel will juke out the Primal Spring. Wants to turn with the brain sap, but after has the spike characters up. But Notel cannot play his way out of this as RNG may lose the melee racks, but they are able to make OG pay for it, getting 3 kills.
And not having to use a chaotic offering. They still have it for the next fight. So they're able to get, 3 kills. ILTW did not have ulti available, and Monet got some great slight chains.
They do lose the range racks as well. A little bit of a bonus there for OG at this point.
Yeah, it looked like OG, they were considering trying to turn in that fight, and that kind of got them punished a little bit, but they get the range racks anyway, and they're still, firm grasp of this game as Thompson is just absolutely massive, near 20k net worth.
Yeah, but TP's in. Shrine, RTW, BKB, nearly done. Thompson, point now where he is double the net worth of any of the cores of RNG. Yeah. Back notes out, he's got with the sentry down, he sees Arfu. Immediately sneak away under the cover of Vendetta. They do have RNG coming over here. They've still got the Golem ready to go, as well as the Wukong's command and the Reaper's scythe.
They're playing into an Aegis of Thompson. And they've got the BKBs at the ready, right? I think ILTW's is coming out on the courier. Yeah, it is.
Like Carapace is out, Hex is there to counter it, hold him in place still with a blast. That's going to be Arfu dead. Thompson charging up the concoction. He's got eyes on Lanham. Lanham tries for the TP, but the concoction is there to cancel it as Lanham will also get caught out outside the base. They're jumping in, and the no-tail Fiend's Grip means more control and more kills as a whole. 3 kills for OG.
This is what they were trying to set up for the fight from quite a while ago. If you look at the wards that they placed, this is their priority to go for this left side of the map now. That's what
look at the top, Setsu. He's been hunted by Jarex.
He cut the tree.
He gets the right tree. Jarex just on an unbelievable streak this game. He's 7-5-20 on the Shadow Shaman. He is having quite the game. 8-5-20 now with that one.
Quelling Blade. He probably thinks, yeah, he's pinging, he's like, they have a ward there now. But nope, he just actually gets the right tree.
Involved in 28 of the 34 kills Jarex has just made. He has made this hero look incredibly good.
I mean, I think Shadow Shaman is a incredible hero right now. We've been seeing Flying Penguins first 2ing in a majority of their games. He provides you so much. He provides you lockdown, push, burst.
So strong in the lane as well.
Yeah,
it gives you,
very strong.
It gives you that solid lane support. The right click. This guy punches.
Yeah, he's done a great job. And RNG, they had some points of recovery in this game, but it's looking so damn tough for them now as their damage is just so limited, and they don't really have. We were talking about how they have good control, but now versus those BKBs, it makes it that much more difficult because now they can just reliably walk right through everything. The upheaval is not going to be too much of a problem. The Wukongs either, they can just stroll through it into the back lines.
Thompson up to level 20, about to have the completed Octarine. Everything back on track for the outgame. It's seemingly impossible for RNG to slow him down. And he is now this far ahead at the 28-minute mark.
And Seb's even playing it safe too. They're waiting for his BKB. He's got it now done. So yeah, we're talking about the control. He's
gonna get the ult off every time.
Unless he gets somehow chain CC'd by the Nyx Assassin and the Bane is in the air to protect with the sleep for the Reapers.
Sure.
He should get
that's the best situation.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard, especially with the way that OG's been playing with the Sentry Wars, just the entire map littered with sentries. And it's very hard for Arfu to get that surprise initiation of. Every time he shows, Jarex is in there with a Hex.
It's really hard for Flyby too, he's been having a very good game in the farm essence as the Necrophos, but he's versus so many Dispels. It's the Brew Dispel and then the Lycan Book 3 Dispel. He's able to just get controlled so often and never really reliably have Ghost Shroud to protect himself. As OG, they claim this high ground. They have all the lanes pushing in. Thompson will throw the Mantas to continue putting that pressure on. And they're just doing the suffocation now onto RNG, not letting them really get any farm. Yeah, look at these sentries. They're not allowing Afu to get the jump off. They just have sentries all over the place outside the base.
They drop the Serpent Wards top.
Oh,
Outpost as well, outside, the Rolling Toss is out onto the Bane. They'll look towards No-Tail. No-Tail has got the Glimmer, and in fact he's able to turn with the Brain Sap. Spirit Vessel's still ticking him down low though, but Flyby has already fallen. They get the big kill on the Necrophos, buyback comes out, Lannon drops the golem onto the three of them, but Thompson moves forward. Concoction will be blocked by the Lincoln Sphere. They'll turn with the stone, they have the Rolling Toss, Flyby to the Reaper side. They'll cut down Thompson. 100 seconds of death and misery for Thompson, as RNG will be able to hold this top set of racks. Did mean they had to buy back on both Flyby and Setsu, but they're able to defend.
They have to, they just have to go for those buybacks. OG will back up, they will secure themselves those bounty runes. But it's a pretty okay hold there for RNG, but yeah, still costly.
Yeah, the real test is going to be the next hold where they don't have those buybacks on the two cores.
It's going to be so hard for Flyby. Like if he just gets in any position he's at, they can just straight beeline to him because of those BKBs they have available.
I mean, is there anything that RNG could do with this minute of downtime on the Alchemist?
They have to try to get something. They try to take a fight. But the problem is you don't know if he has buyback or not, and he does have buyback, so the thing is, like, if they do overextend too much, he could buy back and take a fight.
It's a risk, but a risk that they have to take at this point in the game. They're going to jump forward onto RGW. BKB comes out, Seth's going to jump in with the BKB as well himself. Wukong's command is down, Setsu still alive as he's trying to get the Jingu build up, goes for the boundless strike out onto Jarex, cancelling any sort of ability for Jarex to provide the lockdown he needs. No-Tail's found on the front lines, No-Tail dead, jump forward, the control of the Spirit Festival down onto RGW. They have the dust to remove the Invis as ILTW will be hunted down, cannot run away with no BKB ready to fall back on as it's already used. RNG make the most of this minute that the Alchemist was not in the game. They get these kills, they'll take this tier 2 tower, and maybe even able to push for more with ILTW and No-Tail dead for 50 seconds.
And by the time now it's what, 10 seconds until Alchemist respawns. How long do we have on Reaper? Reaper's back up also in about 15 seconds after the out's alive.
Big push back here from RNG.
This is huge.
Perfect utilization of this time. Every second counts, and they're certainly showing that as they're now threatening the ranks of OG. Seb leads him with the primal split. We'll be able to proc the Lincolns onto Monet. They'll get the Hex and Concoction out to Arfu. BKB committed by Thompson, so the spike carapace won't affect him. Serpent Wards dropped down, blocking off Flyby. He's got the Ghost Shroud. Can he get himself out of the wards? He cannot. Jarex with the shackles, locks down the Necrophos, but RNG, they're ready to jump back in and look to fight back as they'll commit. Monet looking for Thompson. Thompson, he's being rooted. Do they have the damage to get on? Setsu falling off. Balance trying to get up in time. He cannot. Setsu's dead. 2 dead on RNG without buyback available. Arfu goes for the stun onto Thompson. Thompson will fall. They'll get the Alchemist. But RNG, they've lost 2 heroes, and these are heroes without buyback. They've lost 3 now, as Lanham beaten down by Seb. As OG will be able to put a stop to RNG's push back there. They'll keep the racks alive in the middle lane. Now it's OG's turn to work with that decent chunk of timing. 70 seconds, no Monkey King, 40 seconds, no Necrophos.
The important hero on RNG got caught in the front lines there. Flyby, his ulti was coming back up and he got caught while trying to retreat. Extremely costly for them, and like you said, yeah, 30 seconds, 50 seconds on the Monkey King even. No buyback. And also, it was an Arcane Rune when Seb used the split in that fight. So 15 seconds, and he's got Primal Split again.
Oh, goodness. I mean, you see OG Jerax just leading straight in. He's going for the Hex. He's just creating a distraction space for ILTW to focus on the objectives. The melee racks tops are falling. Monet, he goes in. Fiend's there, but the Scepter will be able to cancel the channeling from those down. Monet still potentially in trouble. The golem dropped down onto the three of them. Hex is now back out. Indeed, Seb has the split. The damage to bring down another as Monet will fall, instantly buys back. Arfu's trying to chase and hunt down ILTW, but with the last remaining timing of the BKB, ILTW will get himself. Will it be far enough away with the stun coming out? It does hold back the Nyx Assassin. Monet finds the change though. Setups there for Arfu's stun. Seb comes out of the Primal Split, but he's very low on this Brewmaster. They're trying their best to run away, but the Renovados comes down onto Seb. Reaper's Sight is there onto ILTW. The Lycan's there for 100. Seb's dead as well. RNG will manage to kill off OG once again.
Cost them another buyback, but they are able to push him out, and now
they should be able to, yeah, they should be able to force these buybacks out from OG, at least from the Lycan or the Brute. Dead for a minute. Monet's got a double damage as well, ready to rock with. Pushback now coming into play. Last time when they were behind and they did this, they got a tier 2 and they got a couple of big kills. We'll see if they get anything more already. Seb in with the buyback.
OG got what, 1 melee racks out of that one and lost a couple heroes? But yeah, still RNG. I mean, that's still very good for them. They've cut back that gold lead by a pretty significant margin. Same thing with that experience, and now they've got some map control, at least for themselves for a moment.
Could they go for this?
They don't get it quick enough. They don't kill it nearly as fast as OG. They don't have any minus armor.
They got the double damage. That's something.
There's 40 seconds on the Lycan. It's still taking them some time here. Is Bruce Split gonna be back up in time? I don't think so. They might actually be able to get this one away, even if it's slow.
Maybe this is a benefit of doing it slow. OG aren't necessarily going to expect this lineup to just go for the Roche like this. They've got no vision down here at the moment, OG, and they're not, by the looks of it, going to be able to head over in time. RNG, they're going to get away with this one.
They're smoking over. It's too late. It's too late. Primal Split is on cooldown for 12 more seconds as well.
Still 15 seconds without the Lycan. Hobson is charging up a concoction. We'll go for the Manta. No, Dwayne will go for the Manta dodge. Knows that there's no chance of them jumping in on it, as RNG have already backed away.
And they secure themselves 2 bounties too. All right. That is a crazy swing there. Still have lost that this set of racks in the mid and that melee, so there's still going to be a bit of momentum going onto their way from those creeps of OG. But they've shown they have signs of life. And now an Ember with an Aegis. How are these buybacks looking as well? We have Necrophos is in 2 minutes or so. Embers is going to be for 5 minutes, but he has the Aegis.
And that Aghanims is going to make the hold so much stronger for RNG having that on Arfu.
Oh, he already has it too.
He's got it complete.
Damn. I mean, Alfu's done a great job with his Spirit Vessels in every single one of the fights too. He's just been throwing it on pretty much any of the cores because they're all 3-strength.
Jerax, these jumps again. He's got the Surfer Wars drop down. Monet needs help, and he needs it now. Forced out to the side, but they've got the lockdown. The shackles are out. Then he avoids to send the barrel strike that allows Monet to get the slowest fist out. He's out. The Wukong's command down, but they've lost Arfu. Tetsu's got to be careful. Flyby healing him up with the Death Pulse. Sets BKB about to wear off, but he has the Primal Split to move into. Flyby still on the front line. Thompson charging up the concoction. Done from Seb, sets up the concoction. Monet comes back in with a slight fist. Monet incredibly low. He's playing in with the Remnant. Jumps forward onto Jerax. Jerax is dead. Thompson, another concoction strike from Monet with the Leaking Split. Blocks the stun. Monet still alive. They'll finally pop the Aegis, but OG, they'll lose 3 heroes for it. As RNG, again, despite the numbers being against them, are taking these fights from behind.
Despite Apfu also just getting, I think it was like a 9-second or 10-second Fiend's Grip and just dying in the fight, they have a perfect positioning for the Monkey King Wukong's command. 4,500 damage from the Monkey King and the Ember Spirit having that Aegis.
Yeah, it was a risky jump. Jerax, a lot of the time his sort of commitment and initiations have been bang on, but that was a risk. Jumping in like that, committing with the wards, baiting your team into a fight when it is into that Ember Spirit Aegis, and we saw how much damage RNG were able to get out, fighting in this area as well, just on the low ground, outside the high ground. It's a perfect position for RNG to just keep ducking and diving up and down the stairs and making it very hard for OG to get the targets they needed.
And patience from Lonem, right? He was waiting and waiting and waiting until there was the control coming out. As soon as you see Jerax get like a Hex and Shack on somebody, boom, drops the rock on them and turns the fight.
Here we go now. RNG, they should have a good shot at taking the mid-racks this time. Fortification is there. Monet again with another double damage, just giving them that extra bit of help to take the objectives. Thompson does have a buyback, but obviously does not want to use it. They've just got to accept that these melee racks are gone. Set, he's going to jump in, looking for the initiation. BKB to remove the Rod of Atos. Set to as well as Pontus BKB as well as Monet. Monet's going to remnant in, he's looking for the backlines. He's trying to find Jarex during the magic immunity, but Monet cannot get the grab on him. We'll jump back down. Set to Pontus Wukon's command out. Boundless Strike as well. They'll get out of there, RNG. They got what they came for. They got the melee racks. Now they just need to make sure that no one gets left behind.
Jarex ported to the shrine. He's trying to catch. They're going to be able to get Flyby.
They will. Flyby will be the one to be left.
His whole team TP'd out, but he actually had it available. He just didn't go for it.
Everyone else gets away. Flyby does have buyback.
And he still has the cheese as well available.
44 to 29, 38 minutes in. 4K lead for OG. It has been a much greater lead as RNG pulling out some fantastic plays.
I mean, they pretty much set the gold and experience at 0. Dota Plus is still favoring quite a bit for OG because they have those Raxes, of course. How are our buybacks looking again here, too? So, like you said, Necros is available. Embers is not for about 2.5 minutes. So, Monet needs to be a bit careful. Even though he's got the Lincolns, his BKB is on cooldown for 10 more. Don't show his face just yet.
Jumps on the base. OG. Oak ready to try and get things going. Mana burn causing a little bit of a problem. So, a couple of mana burns and Seb's pretty much out of mana. Jump in, he's going to commit with the Primal Split straight away. No hesitation there with the buyback. Flyby is instantly looking to get involved in the engagement. Setsu's popped the BKB. Now push back the Primal Split. Let's say, well, BKB used by Setsu, but OG, it is their Serpent Wards and Primal Split committed.
But they forced the buyback.
Did get the buyback.
Now they know. We go for Flyby again. If he dies, a lot of their damage is going to be taken out because the Reaper Scythe is really putting a problem onto these tanky cores of OG.
I mean, is there a rush for OG, or do OG just say, let's farm up Thompson, get your Satanic, get buyback gold, and we'll get Roshan, and then we'll go?
I don't think they really need to. They're not in too much of a rush yet. They still want to be able to claim these bounties, just keep the map control. If they can keep this Alchemist at that high net worth, which he still is, he has Aghanims that he can be giving away in this game. He can be giving it to that Shadow Shaman, he can be giving it to that Brewmaster to make them that much stronger too in the fights.
Nice pickup as well from Setsu, getting the full Mjolnir. It's going to do a lot against these summons hitting into him, and you're going to get a lot of procs lining out in the fights.
And even all the little ticks of damage, right? Acid Spray, Radiance, etc. He's not affected by that beat.
Rune of haste.
Both teams.
Who's on the hunt?
And we see they're definitely looking to fight on the side of RNG. They know the split is on
They're going to find
cooldown.
an easy kill here. No tail. Willful. ILTW is going to pop the ult. He's running into this. At the ult's control, ILTW does have a BKB. He's got to pop it immediately. He has to get out of it. He cannot afford to die. With the BKB and the movement speed, he will manage to escape.
I can't believe he actually ran into that. That was incredibly risky if he gets caught before his BKB goes off. See, the bounties are still up. They immediately start pinging them bottom to try to claim them. OG not looking to take that fight when Bruce Split is up. Like we said, they need Bruce Split to take fights versus his RNG draft at this point in the game.
And they're just they're close to these big items. You know, getting the AC. Of course, getting the Satanic.
Got a BKB on Jarex now. If he can actually find these targets in the back lines, if he can actually find the Warlock in particular, if he BKB grabs him, they have to commit a Reaper Scythe to stop it.
Look at this hunt from RNG. It's pretty scary.
Thompson.
If they find Thompson, and I think they will, they'll see the courier going towards him. Arfu's on top of him. Thompson set up there from Arfu with the stun. Boundless Strike to follow up. He's got a BKB in the Chemical Rage. They don't have any further. Oh, they do with the counting offering. They'll drop that for the mini set. Try and jump in the set. On the power split. Reaper Scythe down to Thompson. He's not damage. Thompson, death rock in 35 seconds. Immediately buys back. He's not going to wait around. He wants to get back and involved in this fight. There's OG. They'll try and move back in. Setsu's going to jump back forward with the power split with a Fiend's Grip from No-Tail. Holding the Monkey Key in place. Do they have the damage to kill him off? He already got the Mjolnir active shield out upon him. So they have to be careful how they poke at him. Hex out as well. Jet Concoction down. Set with the BKB damage and then the kill off Setsu. Turns down towards Flyby. Flyby back up to the full with the cheese. We've got the route onto Seb. RNG surrounding the Brewmaster. Jax is out of mana. No-Tail's low as well. OG's got to back away. They've got nothing here to help Seb out. As Seb will fall dead for 2 minutes. RNG. Arfu's trying to poke at No-Tail with the help of Monet. They'll get another. The Bane is dead. Top lane. The range racks will fall to the creep efforts.
They're doing a very good job with their positioning on RNG. The supports are staying in the back, getting all of their spells off multiple times in the fight. Look at this. 3 Fatal Bonds were casted in that fight by Lon M. Just chilling in the back.
Big stuff.
And they killed the Alchemist when he got the chemical rage off, right? So Thompson buys back, comes back in the fight, but he doesn't have chemical rage.
Can't get in there.
He can't run in to actually join and help out his teammates when they're going for that.
They do now have the buyback available for Seb. It's come back online and he's going to use it immediately. BKB pop by Thompson as well as Setsu. They'll turn towards Arthur. Arthur with the Yule's able to dodge the concoction. Setsu and Monet in with the BKB. Setsu's BKB wearing off. Seb, he's been separated from the rest of the team. He falls back for this. He's not getting a third chance of this one as the RNG surround him. Seb is gone.
The bottom rack, so ILTW's back.
He's going for the rack. He's going to get the Megas.
He's trying. There's the
TPs are coming in, but the racks are falling. Has he got a BKB? He's coming over with the double damage, and the BKB.
He got the Megas.
He got the Megas.
Oh my god.
He's out of there as well. Mega Creeps are taking him down bottom. They know that they still have this 5 versus 3. See how much RNG can get during this window. Atos onto No-Tail, flyby.
They've got to force this.
Heading in, upheaval, slowing them down. Jump forward from Setsu. They go for the kill onto No-Tail, Self-Nightmare. Will keep him a little safe, but now with the Reaper side down, No-Tail. Dead for 140, OG 2 versus 5.
They've got the Ember who's pushing out the waves right now. He's joining with bots.
Is there any way that the Lycan can go for the rat? Has he got bots?
He does not right now. He can sell and look to buy if he wants to. Thompson looking to buy some time here.
That might be the only time, because Thompson, he is surrounded. He's got the chemical rage. He's trying to run away, but the Yule Scepter holds him back. Thompson will fall. Jarex is going to be back in 10 seconds. He has
to travel.
He's got to go for the bots play.
The Lycan's going in. He bought his Desolator as well.
He's got to go for it. He's doing it, ILTW. He's in the base. Are there any TPs on RNG? RNG, they're going to go for the base race. I think RNG will win this.
They've got the glyph available.
They're
bringing heroes back too.
Tier 4.
They're bringing Jarex as well back to the base too. They've got glyph on the side of OG.
They've got the wards down.
OG has backdoor on right now.
They don't have any creeps. RNG haven't got the creeps. They've got to get back. They can't race this, but they'll get the kill instead onto ILTW. Jarex, the last man standing here for OG.
But he's killing Setsu. The creeps.
He's got him. The Megas.
Oh my god.
He's dead for 2 minutes, Setsu! He hasn't got buyback, but RNG, they're still going to
They've got creeps.
Seb's back in 10 seconds with Primal Split.
They've got creeps in the base now, though. They can actually do damage to the buildings.
They have. Seb's got to do something big. They need Jarex back here somehow. What can Seb do? It's all on his shoulders right now as the Ancient taking a beating by Flyby, Arfu and Monet. Jump forward, Jarex gets the Hex out onto Flyby. Seb, BKB, Primal Split. They just need to keep them away for 50 seconds. It's a lot of time. Is there any way they can do it? It doesn't look like it is Monet. BKB pop, jump forward onto Jarex. And he does not care about any brew. He heads back towards the Ancient.
The bottom wave is pushing out, though. Backdoor is going to kick back in soon.
Maybe that's enough to hold it. I think it is.
It might be enough. Backdoor is kicked back in.
30 seconds and then OG's got 2 more back in the game, 3 more back in the game. The game will not finish yet. Backdoor protection kicking in. I mean, look at the state at the base as well. It's RNG, they didn't really get that. Sure, they did the tier 4s in the Ancient, but there's still 2 full sets of racks standing. A range racks in the middle lane. They went all in for the base race, all in for the tier 4s. They could have looked towards the racks. And I mean, you can't blame them. It was the correct call. They could see it opening to end the game, but they didn't factor into the lane control. They didn't have the lanes in the ideal position. Backdoor kicking back in, and it slowed them down to the point where OG is still in this game.
And now all of OG are going to be respawning, and there's no glyph
They've got
on
the
this
Megas.
side.
OG can just go.
Yeah, they could just run with everything.
Go for the end here.
Throw every single spell onto it. Serpent Ward, Brew Split, Lycan Book, all your possible summons onto that Ancient without that glyph being available. But right now, Roche is up first. That's the first contention. If they're able to get Refresher Shard on either one of these sides, it could be a game changer.
Nullifier's on him. Jump forward for 7. Did he get the Spike Carapace off in time? Load Assault's going to be there from his teammate to help out. They'll turn with the upheaval onto the 3 of them. Flyby, it wants it, but the Phoenix Grip, is there anything to cancel it? I don't know if there is. He's forced up to the high ground, but that's going to be Flyby dead. He's got buyback in 30 seconds. 30 seconds and he has buyback. Monet, BKB looks towards Seb. Seb's able to walk away. Nullified down onto Lanham. Lanham does not have Golem for 30 seconds. He's got the backup of Arfu burrowed underground, providing the stuns and the Spike Carapace to keep OG away from diving for more. 20 seconds until that Necro can buy back.
They got to look to try to take the Roche.
Just get a Roche.
Yeah, well, they have this advantage. They have the creeps pushing down bottom. ILTW is going to keep forcing it too.
They're good chains. 1 to 2. Committing with the random, but already Seb's able to respond with the Primal Split. The Lincoln's Finsbury Pro. Monet, he's jumped in for this, and Monet, he's dead!
He's dead. He's got buyback.
Meanwhile, in the base, ILTW. He was trying to go for the rat play. Setsu and Monet are there to try and deal with him. They're chasing for this one. ILTW, he went for the split pressure, but he is dead. We'll make the space for OG to find Roshan. They're without the Lycan for 90 seconds. They do force their 2 buybacks out. Buyback from Monet, buyback from Flyby, buyback now from ILTW.
Oh my god, this is so
OG
insane.
go for the game-ending push with the Aegis, with that cheese. And I believe this is the refresher shard as well, right? You're giving that bad boy to the Shaman.
Yep, they almost have level 25 as well on Seb, so that primal split is going to be constantly flowing throughout the fights too, if they can get it.
Get that refresher shard onto that Jerax. There we have it. Double wards ready to drop. Well, I say double, no, it's still 70 seconds before he's got the standard one.
But they've got the lanes pushing out, so right now they've got some breathing room, right? ILTW died. He has to be the most careful on the team right now.
But all of RNG having to be incredibly careful.
Yeah.
Zetsu has got buyback available in 2 minutes and 1,500 gold. So maybe it'll be the time for that, but there's no chance that Monet or Flyby will have that second life to rely on if the next fight kicks off within the next 6 minutes, which, as you would imagine, it will.
Yeah. The biggest thing RNG I think would have to worry about here is if they try to take a fight outside the base and they get backdoored. Look at Jerax's positioning. He's already trying to prepare for the double wards onto that throne. He doesn't have an Aghanims, but it's still very threatening as he's level 25 with that 50 ward attack damage on top. Oh my god,
and if they can just cause any sort of distraction elsewhere, if OG start a team fight, space is there for Jerax to get in. RNG, they have to make some very quick decisions.
Yeah.
How do they get back? Who's getting rid of the wards? Who's sticking around for the fight?
It's going to be tough now. I mean, they've claimed the lead finally in these last few moments in gold and in experience, of course. But yeah, it's the mega creeps are constantly going to be pushing onto their side. And like I was saying, Seb, I believe he is that the tome that's getting past him? His full AC is getting past him in a second, and he's about to be 25 on brew. So constant brew splits, so he doesn't have to worry about dying. How are we looking on levels on level 25 on all three cores as well, and Lanham even hits level 25 too. This game. So Glyph will come back up. Now RNG, they can breathe a little bit as well. But definitely still have to be very, very careful of what they're doing in the next few moments versus this AC plus, yes, double Serpent Wards that could come out.
I mean, we've seen RNG in countless tough positions this game, and they've managed to keep it going. They've managed to punch back. This, without a doubt, is going to be the hardest moment of the game for them so far against this power that OG has now built up.
How are we looking on all these buyback statuses? So we've got 10 seconds for Monkey King, still missing some gold. Yeah. Still quite a lot of them not available. They're going to be coming up, most of them, or some of them in the next minute.
It could be a BKB here. Seth is going straight in onto Flyby. Flyby has the Ghost Shroud, but Paramount splits now by Seth. They've got the control onto No-Tail. Afu's able to burrow in deep with the burrow, and Spike Carapace ready to pop. Thompson, BKB's committed as we'll get on top of Afu.
Double wards.
A man down from Setsu, but indeed the wards. They're starting to rip through the tower. The Tier 4's gone. The engine is exposed. Is there any way RNG can stop this fight from happening? I don't think so.
God, it's gone so fast.
Fortification comes out. Ladder, he'll get taken down. It's not a goal about, but the speed that this engine is going to fall too much for RNG as OG in 2, and will take the series 2-0. My goodness, RNG, they gave it their all there in game 2, but it wasn't quite enough.
You